Guys, Dragon Ball 2000 here. So this is like the intro to my Dark Magician deck profile. I forgot to record like an intro, I guess. I sort of just go straight into the deck profile because I was planning on making the vlog and the deck profile all in one video, but I decided to just separate it because otherwise the video would be too long. So this is the intro, I guess. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Josh because he's creating some new DM arts. Please, his Twitter will be in the linked in the description. He's creating some really good sleeve designs that are like actually look good, and it's based off like a lot of the iconic cards like Pot of Greed, Appaloosa. He's done Dark Magician as well, and I think he's done the frogs, so like Death Frog, Totally Awesome, Swap Frog. So do check them out in the description below. He's doing some really good work, and yeah, onto the deck profile. The list we play were pretty like standard list. There wasn't too much interesting going on here. So we start off with the Dark Magician stuff. We play 2 Dark Magician, 1 DMG. You could be on any of them, Mana, Mahad. I like DMG because if your Dark Magician gets popped or something, you can just float into her. It's also a level 6 that you can summon off souls, so you can go into rank 6 plays, allowing you to go for like Zeus lines and stuff like that. Again, it doesn't really matter, it comes up very rarely, but it's good to have it as an option at least. We then play 2 Rod. 1, 3 illusion, and you're not being, and illusion gets you to Rod. I don't think there's any need to have more than 2 copies. You see it enough, and you don't really want to have a lot of normal summons in this deck because you want to be just resolving breath most of the time. We then play 3 Magician Souls. This is like the main extent of the deck. It helps you get Dark Magician on the field, and also Dark Magician Girl in case you want to go for rank 6. Getting Dark Magician on the field is kind of important now because that's like one of the only ways you can go into Dragoon using Tamayas, which is actually not a bad 2-card combo. Not like that. A lot of people like underrate how good that combo is. Like it loses to a Bestial, of course, but then again, pretty much every deck has to deal with Bestials, and it's you're playing Dark Magician. At least we're getting a 2-card combo. The deck never really had that before, but at least this way we get 2-card Dragoon, and we set up like a bit of resource loop going on because we got the Dark Magician graveyard. If we have Circle and Soul 7, we can get to our Eternal Soul and we can keep going from there. We then have 1 United and 1 Apprentice. You have to play 1 United Dragon. It sucks because it's just a bad fusion monster and sucks as a fusion card, but it's the only way to get into Dragoon reliably. Apprentice Illusion Magician's here as another level 6 for Zeus plays, and also because sometimes if you just have a bunch of cards, you've already gone through your Rod Souls with Illusion of Chaos, you want a way to protect your Dragoon, and Apprentice is a good way to protect your Dragoon from being beat over by battle, because that's how a lot of people outed, like Abram, it doesn't protect you from Abramax, but it protects you from like being beat over by Access Code or cards like that. Also, if they try like crashing with a 3k body, which is like what a lot of people try to do with like, I don't know, Tillaman's Collider Heart or Dragoon onto a Dragoon or the BLS Link. Other than that, and this is pretty like basic stuff. I didn't think like, I guess Apprentice is a bit unusual, but I feel like it's necessary. It's a good way to protect your monsters, and that's all it is to it really. We then play, of course, 3 Illusion, just pretty much 3 copies of any other one of these cards, which is why it's just so great. That's it for the DM monsters essentially. We then play for the DM spells traps. We play 1 Circle, 1 E-Soul, 1 Secrets. It's like the 3 random ones. So I feel like I kept Circle and Eternal Soul in because I thought if I verse something, or if I draw a lot of good DM stuff, like if I draw a Soul Servant, I can at least set up the Circle Eternal Soul loop. If I draw Circle and Soul Servant, I have Breath as well, which is like crazy. I draw the nuts, right? At least that way I have something I can set up as another interruption on top of the Dragoon. Secrets you have to play, I feel, especially if you're running Bestials, because that means any Dark Magician with a Bestial becomes a Dragoon, and again, Dragoon is all you would really be doing with this deck. Decks have a lot of trouble adding it. You get to pop, you get to go burn for damage, you get to go for game. I also kept these in the main deck because if I'm forced to go first, or if I want to go first, I actually can go first, and I'm able to set up a board at least. Normally if I'm trying to go second, just ref and do all that kind of stuff, but at least if I have these 2, I have a way to go for an end board. Not a great end board obviously, but having these 2 continuously looping Dark Magicians are also really nice. We then also play, of course, 3 Soul 7. This is again pretty standard. Just your draw card, your Searcher spell. But that's not much to it anyways, right? Like, it's just pretty simple standard stuff. Again, I think secrets isn't that like spicy. It's just the fusion spell of the deck. I know a few people have been thinking of cutting the circle and Eternal Soul. Like, you could, but it's weird, right? It's weird playing without it, and it's weird not having access to their spells. I feel like you just want to have it in deck so that way you can at least go for it if you want to. Then for the main part of the deck, the Red Ice package, I guess you could say. 3 Red Ice Fusion, 3 Red Ice Insight, and then 2 Red Ice by Dragon. I'd also be playing a Wyvern if I had a copy, and that's probably what I would cut DMG for the copy of Wyvern. I just don't have one, and I couldn't find one to borrow. I guess this is the best part of the deck. You want to just resolve Ref. It's the best 1-card combo in the deck. Make Dragoon, pop 2, push for game. Hopefully have some Bestials on board so that you can guarantee game. Like, there's nothing else you can do with this deck. Dragoon is just like the best card that you can be summoning. A lot of decks struggle to out. Like, if you're versing tier, right, how are they outing Dragoon without going back to their turn? If you pop like Collider hard twice, that's 6k damage. If you have a few Bestials on board as well, that's like what, 25, 5,000, 8,000 points of damage on board plus the 6k they took. That's pretty much game by itself, right? Also, Root Colossal negates the activation of Ref, so if you have multiple copies, you can resolve multiple copies, provided you have them in extra deck. I banished a lot of them off extra, which sucked. But again, I think everyone should be on Ref. There's no point in not playing it. The deck sucks pretty much without it, because you don't have any way to push through a board without it, or you don't have a guaranteed way to go for game or do anything going second without Ref, because Ref just, you have to have Ash, or you have to wait a way to negate a spell trap, otherwise you lose. Then we have, for like the power spells or the draw spells, we play 3 extra. I wanted a way to boost consistency without losing out on hand size. Loza told me to play Allure, and I kind of agree with that now in hindsight, that I should probably play Allure. But I thought I'll just be lucky, not banish the Dragoons from the extra deck. It did not happen, lost a few games because of it. But just drawing 2 is nice. This card wasn't actually that bad. If I played 3 Dragoon, would I say it's better? Probably. Maybe not banish all 3 copies, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. It's just drawing 2. I wanted some type of consistent spell. I would play Prosperity if I had them over these, but Prosperity costs money, and it costs a lot of money. Otherwise, yeah, not much to talk about here. Just any consistency spell would do for this slot. You could even be on the Spellbook engine, just that it uses your normal summon and it conflicts with Ref. That's the only reason why I wouldn't go for it. Probably go for Allure since you're playing Bestials. Then for going second card, you play 3 Concealing Light. This card is going to be really popular. You're going to see it a lot in this format. This card plus Book of Eclipse, because it just outs cards without destroying, without targeting, and flipping monsters face down is one of the best forms of removal. It's weird how that works, but it just does. Also, because I'm playing Dragoon, right? Concealing Light then pops 2 sets works really well. And it also actually outs the Dragoon in the mirror match, which is kind of weird. Or if you're versing another Dragoon deck, you can just Concealing Light the Dragoon. They have to negate it, otherwise they lose. And then hopefully you can go for Access Code, or you can, if they let it resolve, you can Ref pop the face down Dragoon. We then play 3 Magnamut, 3 Jewel's Worm, 1 Sarania. Pretty basic ratios. I think post Photon Hypernova, a Jewel's Worm will be cut for a Baldrake, or we're going to play like multiple copies of Baldrake. Baldrake? Yeah, Baldrake is the name. The common. And less copies of Sarania, because Baldrake is infinitely better, and Baldrake plus like Magnamut, Baldrake plus Jewel's Worm is multiple interruptions on your opponent's turns. Like 2 double banish plus a banish of whatever extra deck monster they summon. That's like, there's not much to it. The main deck is like pretty simple. You want to just go second, resolve Bestials against your opponent. Hopefully they're on tier. Otherwise you have a little bit of a problem there. But if they're not on tier, they struggle to deal with Dragoon regardless. And then Dragoon pop twice, push for game. For the extra, this is again pretty standard stuff. We play for the fusions 2 Dragoon, 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, 1 the Dark Magicians. This is pretty standard, right? Like, these are like the basic fusions you want to go for. You should be on 3 Dragoon if you're playing extra, but I don't have 3, that's why I didn't play it. Otherwise, yeah, these are like the basic 4 fusions you want in your extra deck. We then play 1 Access Code, 1 Selene, one BLS, one Nightmare Unicorn, one Dark, one Relinquished Anima. You should probably play Artemis over like something here. I mean, Dark, Celine, Access Code, I feel like just good 3 cards to have in every extra deck if you can play it, because it helps you go for game, Dragoon, or like any 3k body plus Access Code this game. Relinquished Anima was just there because I set up the deck like 3 minutes before local started. I was just trying to get whatever I can to like build a deck, and I found this in my binder and I couldn't find Artemis, so I was like, okay, we're putting this instead. Never came up, mainly banished of Extrav, and yeah. BLS Link is also there. It's just a random card that you can put in. Sometimes you summon it, sometimes you don't. It's another Dragoon, which is nice if you use DM. Then for like the Xyz/Zeus package, we play the one Zeus, the one Gaia Dragon, the one Evil Illusion, the one Wallow, and the one Beatrice. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory stuff. Beatrice, because it's a good monster just to summon. It can dump any of your Dark Vision cards like Soul Servant, or it can dump the missing name. Wallow, because I wanted a good rank 6 to go into, and this was like the best one I could find. Evil Illusion, I just put it in because I had it on me at the time. I didn't have anything better to put at the time. I was just, again, like I built the deck before, just 3 minutes before local started, so I was just putting whatever I could to try and play something. One Gaia Dragon to give it extra math for Zeus, and then Zeus because it's just a good card. For the side deck, we play the special Win in Time card, Magic Formula. Again, this is like just, if your opponent slow plays, you can just use this, send it to graveyard with Souls, or link Dark Magician off, and then gain 700 life points. Win in Time. We then play a bunch of traps, 3 IDP, 3 Rivalry, 3 Skill Drain. So this is when you want to smoke screen into a going first deck. So if you lose the game 1, or you lose game, or if you win game 1, you might feel like your opponent might put you to go first. So you put these cards in, and then pretty much play a stun deck instead. On top of that, we're playing an extra copy of Circle and a copy of Salvation, just so that we can smoke screen into a stun deck better. Because if we're summoning Dragoon under Skill Drain, it doesn't really help us. So having the Salvation and Circle loop up will help keep bodies on field, help keep us generating advantage. Other than that, I chose these because I feel like they're the best traps during this format. Rivalry just shuts down Tia, shuts down Spright, shuts down pretty much all of decks. Skill Drain, again, Floodgate, just no monster effects means you're not playing the game, and then 3 IDP because you can banish 2 tier cards, which is just really nice. We then, again, like I said, the one Salvation, one Circle, just for more DM spells to put in. You could probably put the Salvation as a Dark Magic attack instead, just so you have that as a way to search for Eternal Soul, and if you verse like a stun deck, or just like any 2 back row cards, because I felt that stun is actually kind of a problem when you verse it, and not having like a mass removal kind of sucks. Otherwise, these 2 were fine. They didn't do much. I just sort of replaced them whenever I could. And then for the last bit, 3 Secret Village, or 2 Secret Village Terraforming. This card is crazy. No spells is kind of crazy against any deck that needs to use their spells. Like, if you have Secret Village Dragoon, Spright can't out Dragoon. They have to make Gigantic and try and beat over it, but in which case you should have negated something by then. Or you can use a Bestial effect in hand and then negate that Bestial using Dragoon. Either way, this card is probably one of the best cards that you can play in DM. So like getting your opponent's just nice. Like that's all I can say about it really. You win against Runick really easily if you set this up. Like as you can see, like as I think I showed in one of the videos, or probably didn't actually because it was one of the repeat matches. Setting up Secret Village and passing with turn with Rod on field was just enough to stop Runick from playing. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that'll be the end of like the vlog / locals video. DM is not the best deck, but I like to believe it is. But it's a good deck to play the locals. It's a good deck to have fun with. It might actually be good during Cash Intro. I'm not sure. I haven't done enough testing. I've done a little bit of testing with branded Despia, but that deck absolutely destroys DM because they're trying to go for Dragoon and they can just out of the Mirror Jade. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.